Hey team, thanks for checking out this video. I want to talk about how we transform this basic x squared parabola here. Okay, so we've got our original, our x squared. This creates this U-shaped curve we call a parabola. And notice how there's nothing else to it. This is just x squared. It's as simple as we can make it. But then also notice down here, there's all kinds of funny business. There's the a, the h, and the k. And that's going to manipulate this x squared. It's going to take this original and it's going to maneuver it. It's going to transform it. It's going to shift things all over the place. And we're going to make new parabolas from this original parabola. Okay, so let's start by looking at what kinds of transformations we can move things up and down. We can move things left and right. And we can even make things like upside down, super skinny, or super wide by manipulating these a, h, and k. So let's dive into some detail. What effect do these actually have? So this k value, notice that it comes after the x squared. Okay, the effect here, when we add or subtract something after, will be translating things up or down. It's going to take that same parabola and it's just going to shift it up or shift it down. Okay, notice this h value is inside the parentheses. It's being squared all like with the x. Okay, what happens when we have an h values? It moves things left or right. It translates the parabola left or right. So we have our original and it just slides to the left, slides to the right. Okay, and last, let's look at this a value. The a value is what makes it super skinny or super wide. And we call this a vertical stretch or a vertical shrink. Okay, also notice that when the a value goes to the negatives, then it flips it upside down like a frown. Okay, all right, so in total there are four transformations, four manipulations of the original. So notice we still have the original right here. We still have the x and the squared. That part did not change, but now there are three things, a, h, and k, that will manipulate this. And actually, like I said, there's four manipulations. There's a stretch or shrink from the a value. There's also a reflection. Okay, then we can either translate left or right, or we can translate up or down. Okay, so let's take a look at these at a couple practice problems. Describe how the parabola has been transformed from f of x to g of x. So our original x squared, and now with all the funny business. So let's identify our a value, our h value, and our k value. Okay, and actually our h value is -5, and I'll talk about that in just a second. So what does this a value do? What is the 3? That is a vertical stretch by a factor of 3. It makes it skinny. Okay. All right, this -5. Well, why is it minus? Well, because that whole inside the parentheses, we do the opposite because we want to make 0, right? So opposite of +5 is -5. Really, what matters is that this is going to translate the parabola to the left 5 units. It's going to translate left 5 units. And then this -8 is going to translate the parabola down 8 units. Okay? So by looking at the a, h, and k values, we know how this has been manipulated. It's been made skinny. It was moved to the left 5 units and down 8 units. All right, let's look at one more example. Write an equation for this blue parabola. To do that, I'm going to look at the vertex. So how do we get from one vertex to the next? Okay, well, the first thing I notice is I'm going to go to the right 3 units. So that belongs with the h. So I'm going to move right 3 units. Okay, I'm also going to go up 2 units. That's my k value, up 2 units. Okay, and then a, I noticed that the blue one is down like a frown, which means my a value is -1. Okay, so let me try this again, down like a frown. Okay, so my a value is -1. My h value, to move to the right 3 units, is actually -3. It's that whole opposite thing that's kind of confusing. And then up 2 units, that's going to make my k value +2. So let's put it all together. F of x equals -1 times x plus 3. Wait a second, plus 3. No, -3, because we're going to the right. Okay, squared, and then +2 to shift it up. All right, guys, I hope this was helpful.